so I remember asking you that question. I'm like, that sounds like an awesome job. Why the hell would you ever quit that? And you talked about the aspect of like, it's awesome, but it's so tiring. I was literally just thinking about this as a musician. So I'm a musician who gigs, I do performances to make money. It's kind of like a thing as musicians. It's really hard to make money as a musician if you're not selling arenas like Ariana Grande or something, and you're just kind of like a low-key musician. If you're writing original music, it's really difficult to make money unless you're like very big. So a lot of musicians who aren't in that position will do like weddings and stuff like that because they pay really well. However, they're fucking exhausting. Like cause like what a lot of people don't realize, like for musicians that do that stuff, is a lot of the times not every time, sometimes venues are good at like setting up sound equipment and stuff like that. But a lot of the times these musicians pack their gear, pack their sound equipment, do all of that, have to set it up themselves. And then on top of that, after doing this physical workout that, like, again, somebody like, Madonna or Ariana Grande would have a team of people doing that for, as a female, there's also the makeup end of things too. Like, I live with my boyfriend. He's a drummer. When he has to go to a gig, he just throws on a thing and goes. He doesn't do very much. Somebody like fucking Lady Gaga has a hairstylist and a makeup artist. So I have to do my makeup, do my hair, find a dress, pack my gear, put the gear, set the gear up. And then it's like all that for like $300. It's like, it's really not that much worth it. And like a lot of people are like, oh, that must be living the dream. And I'm like, actually, not really. I don't think I would want to do that for my life. Like when I wanted to be a musician, I didn't want to be that, you know what I mean? Like I wanted to write my own music and have like my own fan base and stuff like that. So I have some friends who take the route or like have the goal of like becoming a gigging musician and doing that professionally. I don't want to do that because I think that it's like a way to just burn yourself out. I want to try to do it online because that's the thing. Like if you're not like, like one of those famous pop stars, there are people who build a fan base online. So that's like one of the reasons why I even do this podcast, because I kind of split it up with the music stuff and the podcast. Like I kind of like just try to grow everything online. I think, in my opinion, that's the smartest way to do it now. I mean, that's just my honest opinion,
Well, I think definitely now, whether any kind of art now, if you're not doing some kind of digital presence, I think is what it's called in marketing. Mm-hmm. You're completely missing out because now you literally have the world at your availability. Whether it's music, comedy, painting, drawing, any kind of digital format, any of that, or any of the other arts. I don't want people thinking I left somebody out. So, but I think if you're not doing that at this point, you're selling yourself short.
Yeah. So. And like, it's amazing. Like the kind of musicians I've seen online that are actually have like a huge fan base and they're probably making money off their YouTube videos. Like some of them are just kind of like, one is this young girl, like she's not all dolled up and fancy. She's just kind of like a plain, young girl. And she doesn't have like a fancy background or anything. She kind of has just like a very plain living room. And she's just playing piano, ragtime piano. And she's got like hundreds of thousands of listeners. And I'm just like, that's incredible. You don't have to be this like grand pop star to sell your music. And, so I write original music and I'm working on recording it this year. And I really want to try to get it out there on the internet. Cause like, I don't see myself being like a wedding musician and like breaking my back for the rest of my life. Like I could do it for a few years. Like it's fun for a few years, but definitely not for like a full-time career. That's crazy to me.
Yeah, definitely. I can't remember the lady's name now, but the lady who came out with the I Know Victoria's Secret, like that's it was a pop song that came out, I think, last year. But that's essentially like the whole digital platform. That's how that song blew up.
That song's great, by the way. It's like a great song. You know what I mean? Like I heard it because I also teach piano lessons, like and voice lessons and stuff to kids. And I went to some like one of my students' recitals, and there was like a bunch of other girls there singing. And one of the girls was singing that for her recital piece. And I was like, I never heard that. That was like a pretty clever song. So that's good to know that just came off of somebody's YouTube. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, go look at Billie Eilish, Justin Bieber, like all of them, like they're all digital superstars. That's how they started. So
yeah, so that's definitely the route I want to take, is trying to build an online presence so that I don't, I'm going to be stuck doing the wedding music for a few years because like I got to make money doing this somehow, but I definitely don't want it to be a full time, like rest of my life. You know what I mean?